Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Jack. I just want to tell you guys I'm sorry for not uploading yesterday. I'm going to continue uploading today, and I wasn't feeling all that well yesterday, but I'll tell you guys this. There's something that I viewed and I see in Christian men that needs to change, and it's their view of the world. They have a weak view of how the world views them, if that makes any sense. In John 15, verse 18, it talks about Jesus who was speaking. He said, "Do you not know that the world hates you? They hated me before they hated you." He said, "If you were of the world would love you. But since you are brought out of the world, since I picked you out of the world, they hate you." And this is a mentality. Here's a secret about me that you guys probably couldn't pick up by seeing the background of my videos. I love combat sports. I love MMA. I like boxing. I love kickboxing. All that stuff. Matter of fact, one of the reasons I want to get back in shape is to do those sports a little bit better. My main sport was wrestling. I wasn't that good at it, and then I got out of high school and I began teaching it in high schools and being assistant coaches for a couple of places, but I love wrestling. Wrestling is like a lot of the foundation of what you need to learn a lot of the combat sports. This is what I'll tell you. Too many Christian men do not look at life as its combat. They don't have a warrior's mentality. They look at life as a marathon. And I understand some people that look at it that way. But the problem with a marathon and running long distance, and when you look at life that way, it assumes that the only enemy is yourself. That's not how the world works. The world works is that as soon as you start achieving something, as soon as Satan sees that you have a goal that God has given you, that you following God's will, people will come out of nowhere to knock you down. And you got to fight back. The problem with too many Christian men is they too weak. And I talked about this before. Y'all gonna see this is the main theme of what I talk about. Christian men do not have a warrior's mentality. They get knocked down and they believe that Jesus said, turn the other cheek, as if you can let somebody kick you while you down and you don't defend yourself. No, turn the other cheek. You know how that's applied in real life? Is when somebody cuss me out, I don't cuss them back out. When somebody shows a great amount of disrespect, I don't show them the great amount of disrespect. But that by no means means that you don't defend yourself and you don't fight to protect your family. The Bible also says he who does not provide for his family is worse than an infidel. And that includes protection. So a lot of Christian men will sit and say, turn the other cheek. You know something? I teach my son to fight. All of them. I teach all my kids to fight and defend themselves. Because it's going to come a time where people will attack them simply because of what they believe. And if they don't learn how to stand up for themselves, it ain't going to be nobody left to hold up our beliefs. It's not going to be anybody left to present the gospel because everybody's going to be scared little girls. And little girls will not grow up to protect their family because that's not what they're supposed to do. It's men who are supposed to be the protectors, men who are supposed to be the providers, men who are supposed to defend against evil and hunt evil down and stop it. The problem with too many men is they have a weak view of life. Life will beat you down. Enemies will come out of everywhere. There's people that hate me for what I believe, and I accept that. Too many Christians think they're going to go through life and be loved. Jesus himself said it multiple times. You either choose the world or you choose me. If you choose Jesus Christ, they will hate you. That don't mean that you're going to go out and seek to be hated by everybody. But people will hate you. And if you're not ready for it, life is going to hit you and you're going to be like, why are these people hating on me? Why don't they like me? I just don't understand. People going to hate you. Get used to it. Get used to it and fight back. Okay, somebody says something about you, don't just, I forgive you, brother. Say, no, you're wrong. This is what I believe. Oh, you believe that? Well, that's wrong. Unfortunately, you're wrong. Oh, you don't like that? Your feelings are hurt? Too bad, because right is right and wrong is wrong. I'm not going to let you teach my children anything. I'm not going to let you come in my household and run my household. I'm not going to let you twist the Bible around to make it believe what you want it to believe. I'm not going to let you disrespect my God in my face. All these different things. Principles that men used to have. Now we don't have them because men are so weak. And men are so weak because they read the Bible the wrong way. they don't look at the masculine heroes in the way that they should be. They look at everything as mercy, love, peace. The Bible says live peaceably with men as much as possible. Don't forget that part. Sometimes it's not possible. Sometimes you got to go to war with people who want nothing else than to see your destruction. And guess what? If you want my destruction, you're going to have to fight for it. Christian men act like that's wrong. Well, I don't know about fighting and defending yourself, and I'm about peace. I don't want to hurt people. Guess what? David had blood on his hands. Abraham had blood on his hands. A lot of these Bible leaders, Joshua, we can go through a lot of the Old Testament. Samson, these people killed in the name of God. Does that mean we killing today because somebody going to jump up there and say, well, we're not supposed to be, the Bible says don't murder. Yeah, the Bible says do not murder, meaning do not harm the innocent. Do not take innocent life. But in self-defense, you have the right to defend yourself. You have the right to defend yourself and obey the law, obviously. You don't just want to be calling any old thing self-defense. But what I'll tell you is this. More men need to get on the warrior's mentality so that we can defend our beliefs and we can defend our households and stop raising such weak men. There's something that happened. I remember at my church, my son got hit by another child, and I wasn't there that day. And I was upset with how the church handled it because I did not like how some of the men took my boy aside and told him he was crying because he had never been hit before. And some of the men took him aside and they said, well, just see why the other boy did it. And I didn't like that response at all. In fact, I thought it was unbiblical, incorrect. But instead of me going up there and starting to fight with other men, I understood their position and what they were trying to do. So I recognized them as trying to say the right thing, even though they was wrong. What I taught my son is how to fight back. When he got home, we went through boxing lessons, and we still do now. When he got home, they taught him how to punch. Somebody punch you, when you tell them to stop and they keep going, which is what happened, you hit them back. You hit them back hard. You make them never want to fight you again. And then when they stop, they'll have learned the lesson that they don't put their hands on other people. Too many Christians, oh, that's evil. No, it's not evil. That's a rule of life. You can disrespect me. You can say whatever you want to me. But once you put your hands on me and put my life in danger, I have a right to defend myself. And that should be taught to every young man. That's a manly principle. Matter of fact, that's what keeps the peace. Men do not disrespect other men in their face. That's a lot of internet thugs. But men, if you come to my face and you call me this, and that, you will have to recognize that there's a low-level threat of violence that comes after that. You don't get to just cuss out a man and just expect everything to be peaceful or call a man every name in the book and then just expect him to walk away and say, have a good day, sir. That's not how men work. And we need to teach our men to defend themselves, to be godly men who can defend their families.